You're listening to Civic Media. You can tune into any of our live shows on any radio station across the state with the Civic Media app. Find us in your phone's app store and listen anytime, anywhere. This is your WFHR Daily News Roundup for locally grown radio 97.5 FM and 1320 AM and WisCountry 105.5 FM WIRI in Wisconsin Rapids.
For WFHR and WIRI News, I'm Melissa Kay. Wisconsin Rapids honored fallen firefighters all weekend by lighting up the bridge downtown with all red lights. National Fallen Firefighters Memorial Weekend is a time to honor those who have lost their lives in the line of duty, the firefighters who put their lives on the line in their jobs every day, and show support to the family members of firefighters. The Wisconsin Fire and EMS Memorial is located at Ben Hansen Park in Wisconsin Rapids. The Visitor Center is open daily from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Mayor Matt Zacher invites residents of Wisconsin Rapids to attend the Human Resources Committee meeting today. They'll be discussing staffing needs at the fire department. The department receives around 5,000 calls per year for fire and EMS needs, and it's stretching the ability of the department at the current staffing levels. The meeting starts at 5 p.m. at City Hall. Residents are welcome to attend and make comments about services and concerns during the public comment period. The Portage County Safety Fair is scheduled for May 17th this year. Portage County Emergency Service Agencies and Mark Toyota of Plover will host the annual fair from 10 to 2, rain or shine, at Mark Toyota in the Village Park of Plover. They'll have a variety of activities planned, and people of all ages are welcome. The fair focuses on safety and emergency preparedness. Child fingerprinting, live fire demonstrations, emergency vehicle displays, K9 demonstrations, a fire safety house, and hands-only CPR are just some of the events planned for the day. Food and drinks will be available for purchase from the Boys and Girls Club. The general inland fishing season opens statewide on Saturday. DNR officials are reminding anglers excited about the fishing season to get their annual fishing license and stamps through Go Wild or at a registered in-person location. Late last week, the town of Grand Rapids Police Department equipped their officers with epinephrine auto-injectors. Epinephrine, also known as adrenaline, is used to combat anaphylaxis. This is a severe and life-threatening allergic reaction that can be caused by food allergies, insect stings, or medications. Grand Rapids first responders were also recently trained and equipped to carry draw-up epinephrine. The need for first responders and police officers to have this on them became a reality after the tragic loss of 20-year-old Andrew Mueller. Andrew died in November of last year after complications from an unknown peanut allergy. The Grand Rapids Police Department is thankful to Giving Back Incorporated and those who donated in order to supply the departments with their first supply of epinephrine, and also to United Emergency Medical Response, who trained all of the officers. There will be an active shooter response training in Marathon County this week. From May 5th through May 8th, the training will take place at 212 River Drive in the city of Wausau. During the training, they'll be using blank ammunition, which replicates the sound of real gunfire. Anyone in the area may hear loud noises or see an increased presence of emergency vehicles and personnel between 6 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Thursday. This pre-scheduled controlled training exercise strengthens interagency coordination during high-stress, critical incident scenarios. There is no threat to the public. This joint exercise between law enforcement, fire, and EMS will increase public safety, emergency preparedness, and the well-being of the community. There's family fun at McMillan Library on Tuesday. From 6 to 7 p.m. on May 6th, you can learn about plant science in the all-purpose room. This is for families of children of all ages. Registration is not required. I'm Melissa Kay for WFHR and WIRI News.
The Crew beat the Cubs. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. The Brewers with a 4-0 shutout win over the Chicago Cubs in front of over 37,000 fans in Milwaukee. It snapped a 3-game losing streak. Manager Pat Murphy.
We had a lot of great performances today, but, we shut out one of the best offensive teams in baseball, if not the best. They're solid through and through, and they're a great club. They're just old enough and just experienced enough, and their young guys are at the peak of their game.
The Brewers broke out with a 4-run rally in the 6th after Cubs Cubs starter Shota Imanaga had to leave with a left hamstring injury. Cubs manager Craig Counsell
did it kind of on the running over to first base. We'll probably do some imaging to see what's going on. He's never had any lower body, muscle strains, so he's a little unsure of what the feeling means.
The Brewers open a 3-game home series tonight against the Houston Astros. NFL, Packers wrapping up their rookie minicamp over the weekend. They'll return on Sunday to begin the next phase of the team's offseason program. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. Is there anything Gwyneth Paltrow thinks she can't do? Probably not. She desperately wants to help you find the right Mother's Day gift for your wife or mother. Variety reports that her company Goop says they offer thoughtful gifts at healthy prices. They're not kidding. Whether you're looking for a $600 flower bouquet, a sleep headband for 350 smackers, or a $4,000 blanket, she's got it all. Sure, it's a lot of money, but don't worry, all the proceeds go right to Gwynnie's ego. A recent study shows that rats can distinguish between two different kinds of wine. The study, done by animal cognition scientists, say rats can distinguish between Sauvignon Blanc and Riesling. A couple things. This is finally the news we've been waiting for as a society. And 2, this might sound impressive, but what scientists failed to share was that one of the rats was so stupid he ordered red wine with fish. The 2025 Tony nominations are in, and leading the way are the nominees for Best Musical, which are Buena Vista Social Club, Dead Outlaw, Death Becomes Her, Maybe Happy Ending, and Operation Mincemeat, a new musical. In addition to Best Musical, here are other notable nominations. Best Actress in a Leading Role in a Play, Mia Farrow squares off against Succession's Sarah Snook. Broadway musical mainstay Jonathan Groff is up for Best Actor in a Musical, and Nicole Scherzinger is up for the same award in the Actress category. George Clooney drew a nod for his role in Good Night and Good Luck in the Best Actor category for a play that's not a musical. And there is more Hollywood crossover as Bob Odenkirk received a nomination for his role in Glengarry Glen Ross. The 78th Annual Tony Awards takes place June 8th. I'm not sure there will ever be another movie star quite like Tom Cruise. He makes incredibly entertaining films, always picks the right project, and does his own stunts. He has a huge appetite for adrenaline and apparently a huge appetite on days he has to pull off such crazy stunts. In a recent interview with People magazine, he discussed Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 2. Cruise talked about one scene in particular called wing walking, where he actually walks on the wing of an airplane. Cruise said he was inspired to do it while watching old movies where stuntmen would walk on the wing of an airplane while it was going 50 or 60 miles an hour. The plane in Dead Reckoning is going 120 miles an hour, and it's just Cruise, no stuntman. How does he prepare for a stunt like that? The actor says he eats a massive breakfast, including lots of sausage and a dozen eggs. Mission Impossible The Final Reckoning lands in theaters on May 23rd. For more showbiz fun, tune in to Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Partly cloudy today with a high in the upper 60s this afternoon. The wind will be out of the east at around 5 to 15. Tonight, partly cloudy. Will drop to 45 for a low tomorrow. Mostly sunny with a high in the mid-70s. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Currently, it's 51.
That's your WFHR and WIRI Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at WFHR.com or WisCountry, that's WIS Country.com. The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.